To be a 1980s yuppie, did you have to qualify as a wanker first and then just work your way up?
I think some people identified as yuppies, but it was also, I think, used as an insult in the 1980s.
I've seen footage of yuppies holding filofaxes and mobile phones. Are they still in that footage? Or where are they now?
Where are they now? Well, they're sort of 30 years older now, so...
So they're not in that footage anymore?
Well, that footage is historical, so...
So if you look back at that footage, it'll just be empty?
No, the
footage... Because that person has now left?
No, the footage is a recording of what happened in the past. So the footage stays the same, but those people, we don't know what's happened to them.
But what of their filofaxes? What happened to them? Was the 1950s real?
Yes, it was certainly real.
Are we sure? Because it looks like it was made up when you see it. It's all men in hats and housewives smiling in kitchens. Were those people real, and was all that really happening?
Well, a lot of that is what you see in advertising.
It's the 1950s, a time of great change. The war's over, the NHS has been founded, the coronation's on TV, Mario 64's redefined the platform game for a new generation, and Anthony Eden's Prime Minister. How did Britain feel about these things?
Well, I don't think computer games had been invented by the 1950s. The other things, I mean, the population was pretty positive about the coronation. That was a cause for excitement. Anthony Eden, perhaps less successful with the Suez crisis.
What was up with the sewers? Did someone try to flush something that was awful?
No, the Suez Canal.
What, the canals used to be sewers? That's disgusting.
No, Suez. It's a place.
All right. Why do people say Elvis Presley appropriated white music?
They don't say that. What they do say is that he appropriated black music. He was a white man that sang music of black origin.
Did he have to apologise on social media?
No, because there was no social media then.
Why doesn't Elvis apologise now?
Because Elvis is dead.
So he's appropriated dead people's lifestyles now? What a fucking thief. Why do people in old films move so fast? Is it because it was their first time on camera, so they were nervous? Or because it was a silent film, so they couldn't hear the director yelling at them to slow down?
It's to do with the frame rate of the cameras was different then to what it is now.
So it's our fault. We're playing it back too fast and the actors are having to speed up to make sure they can get all the story in before the end credits. They must be panicking. What happens if they can't keep up? Would the film cut to a room the actors aren't in yet? Just footage of an empty room?
The actors are going at a regular speed. It's just the speed of the playback that makes them look like they're moving very quickly.
Could we communicate with the actors in the film and tell them that it's all right, that they can calm down?
No, they'd all be dead by now.
Oh. Were miniskirts actually shorter, or did they just appear that way because people's legs were getting longer?
They were actually quite a lot shorter, and they got shorter as the 60s went on.
Was there a miniskirt for men? You know, like trousers that just stopped under the balls?
No, there wasn't a miniskirt for men.
That seems like a shame.
For whom?
For men, so they didn't feel left out, you know. And it must be nice to have that sort of air circulating. Why was it so dangerous to show Elvis from the waist down? Was he naked underneath, like a pervert on a Zoom call?
He wasn't naked. He moved his hips around a lot in a very sort of sexual manner, and there was a lot of anxiety that young women might be a little bit too turned on by Elvis.
People were prudish back then, weren't they? If they saw his penis, they'd probably have a stroke, wouldn't they?
Probably. I don't think that would have made it onto the media. Oh, God.
That's not a joke. What's funny about that? If they saw his penis, they'd have a stroke. That's no laughing matter. We're talking about people's lives here.